curb. So the idea is, we gotta start practicing that. So what I usually do is put down a crutch and have the person start with going over. So what happens is, let's see if I can jump over you.
I should.
So what you want to practice doing before you get to crutches is just kind of do a roll forward and just pop the wheels, okay? Once you can roll forward and pop the wheels, then what you're going to do is pretend that's a curb. And when you're actually on a real curb, as soon as your casters are up, you lean forward and push. When you lean forward, you're unweighting the back wheels and you're pushing up. So you're making the back wheels lighter. And again, I haven't done this in a long time, so we'll see. And that's what usually happens at the beginning. The longer runway you take, the more difficult it is. So you go here, here, pop it up, and then lean forward. Okay. So.
Great job.
So you guys can be practicing that. Wait a minute, I just want to show you, I want to tell you about the theory of falling. And
Please don't fall.
not yet, just the theory, okay? So the theory of falling is this. With a wheelchair, if you fall forward, your front pedal rigging will stop you from falling forward, okay? And sideways, the wheelchair is fairly stable. So the more likely area is that you're gonna fall backwards. Now, instinct for falling backwards is to stop the fall, to put your hand out. Okay, not a good idea, because if you do that and you come down, number one, you can dislocate your shoulder, okay? You can dislocate your elbow, you can get a Colles fracture, okay? So these are the rules of falling. If you lose your balance backwards and you can't regain it, don't try and put your hand out. What you do is tuck your chin. When you tuck your chin, your head won't bounce back, okay? And if your head doesn't bounce back, then you will not become TBI over your SCI. So, so you tuck your chin, okay? So three things to remember. Tuck your chin, hold onto the rims, and lean forward, okay? The leaning forward just slows down the descent of the chair. Now, if the chair has push handles here, what hits is the push handles, and that takes the brunt of it. If a chair's a sports chair and it doesn't have push handles, the rules are a little bit different, okay? But if you have a sports chair, it probably is very low to the ground, and you know what you're doing, so, it's okay. When you watch wheelchair sports, let's say wheelchair basketball, these guys are falling backwards all the time because people are pushing, etc. Not one of them falls backwards like this. Everybody puts their arm out, okay? But they're using sports chairs. The chairs are low to the ground. Most of these guys are 6 foot with a wingspan of 5 feet. So they put their arm down. They just push off and they push themselves back up to upright, okay? those are things that they do on their own, okay? We don't coach them to do that, they learn it from each other. So, but your rules are, and when you're teaching your patients, tuck, hold on, and everything will be fine, okay? Once you've gone over once, you're not afraid of that anymore. Now, as I told you, we're gonna be using the mats only because when the wheelchairs hit the floor, these guys bend, okay? So, and that's the only reason, it's not because I'm afraid anybody's gonna get hurt. What we do is when you think you're ready to fall, we go through a 3-step process, okay? The first step is either